Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. So I am going to be sharing with you that email that was sent to us a while ago, and we have been trying to record it. Last night after recording it, then I mistakenly deleted the voice over, so I am re-recording it again. I'll be skipping some of the parts whereby there is so much sensitive information. The email reads like this: Hello African Confessions, please keep me as anonymous. This story is about my own pastor. I attend a certain church. This church, it is here in South Africa. It was based in Name Hidden, but recently this church relocated to Name Hidden. My pastor is an old man and he preaches alongside his wife. His wife is a chubby woman and she wears many rings. She usually wears 6 or 8 of these rings all at once. I am sure that by my description it will paint a picture of the church that I am trying to tell you about without me revealing my identity, because I fear for my life. And since I am very close to this pastor and his family, my brother, this has caused me to have witnessed a lot of things. From 2014, when I started to attend this church, until today, I have witnessed a lot, and I have to summon the courage to come here and to share my experience, as I believe it can save someone's life. When I first went to this church, back when we were still attending this church in Name Hidden, we used to attend this church inside a tent. And I can tell you that at that time, when we used to attend this church inside a tent in the place called Name Hidden, this pastor, he used to be a very genuine pastor. He would preach the undiluted word of God, and even though some did not even understand him, many of us believed that he was truly called by God. But as time progressed and as money started coming into the church, it was quite sad to admit that I watched the pastor as he was changing. As we all know that the love of money is the root of all evil. This was when the pastor started living a very lavish lifestyle and buying a lot of cars. According to him, cars are just like a loaf of bread. Another thing that you should know is that in our church, we have this church offering, and when we are giving out our offerings in this church, the offerings are called according to the ranks. So if there is someone who has given somewhere around 2,000 rands going upwards, those are the people that will be called to the front of the church at first. Then those that will give from 1,000 going upwards, they will be called next. Then people who would have given 500 rands as an offering, they will be called next. Then the line will move to those that will be having 200 rands, they will be called next, until the pastor will finally call the rest of us, those ones that have 10 rand or lower, as a form of their church offering. So he used to mock us that we will be coming to give 10 rand, and he will be giving us, sometimes making remarks like, how can someone be dressed so beautiful but yet they will be giving only 10 rand unto God? I am telling you that this man, he loved money so much. At this point, we were now praying for everything. Even seeing the pastor, one had to pay so that you can have a session with him. During the years, I noticed something about him. He became very scary, and it was not only him who had become scary. It was him and his wife. They were both unapproachable. You will just feel scared to talk to them, and everything that they will tell you to do, you will end up doing whatever they would have requested you to do. The first time that I saw him in his transfigured form, I was really scared. He was approaching me so as to pray for me, but what I saw that day, my brother, you will never believe it. He looked like a dragon to me. I was so terrified, and before I knew it, I was on the floor being prayed for as if I had a demon inside me. I then convinced myself that maybe it was me who was imagining all of these things, so I then chose to brush it off. I became very close to Mama, as we call the pastor's wife. In our church, the pastor's wife, we call her Mama, and let me confess, that woman's heart, she has a heart that is as cold as ice. She has a very small circle of ladies that she is always with. And let me tell you that in all my life, I have never seen a group of ladies rejoicing so much in other people's downfall. People, to them, they are just rendered useless. They are not supposed to rise above the pastor's family. Anyone who tries to rise above them, they will crush you, and they will make sure that they would destroy you, and they would destroy that person's reputation. Many people have left that church due to the hurt and the pain. The thing is that we are forced to agree with everything that Mama and Daddy, as we call them, and we must agree with everything that they will say. Should you dare to disagree with them, they will make sure that your life will amount to nothing. I have watched a lot of people getting humiliated and some being accused of witchcraft because they were in Mama's or in the pastor's bad books. If they see you as competition, they will secretly conspire against you with their followers so that no one will ever dare to associate with you because you will be like a witch, and anyone who goes against that conspiracy will also suffer from the same fate. I have considered countless time leaving this church because I always feel bad with the way that people are being mistreated. But my brother, it is very hard to leave this church. They say that nobody will ever leave that church to tell the tale. If you leave, you will suffer, and eventually you will return back to the church. I have personally seen many who amount to zero after they leave, and they are humiliated when they return back to the church. They even have this Spedi saying, translated, "This is not the church that you leave." Those who go there know what I am talking about, and anyone who tries to leave will automatically become our enemy. We are not allowed to associate with them. My brother Nashi, this is not a church. It is nothing but a cult. The rings that Mama wears belong to the marine kingdom, and that is how she is able to control what happens in the church. This secret is only known by her husband and her close circle. As we speak, she has transferred some of her powers to her daughter, who is faithfully following in all of her footsteps. In all my life, I have never seen such a cold-hearted girl as the one that the pastor's daughter has. Every time you do not listen to her, she turns everyone against you. We are demanded to give her the same respect that we give to her parents. The son, however, is another case. Their son has been rendered useless. He apparently is the family sacrifice, as he is the only son they have, and therefore his destiny has been traded in for those powers. However, this is a story for another day. For now, I just wanted to warn those who know to run for their lives whilst there's still a chance. It might be too dangerous for me to do so, since I am close to the pastor's wife and I know too much. I fear that if I try to leave this church, maybe they might even try to end my life. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is making sense, but it is quite a difficult thing to leave. The pastor has been diluting the word to cover himself and his family. Every time his children do something wrong, he will then change the doctrine so as to cover his kids. Also, he will be telling us stories upon stories and bragging about his cars where he lives. No more Jesus Christ in that church. Surely we are in the end times. I am actively praying for God to give me the courage and protection that I need in order to be set free. I believe they call it the Stockholm Syndrome, that one whereby you love the people that abuse you, the very same people that have stolen our stars and are using our destinies. Even when people from the outside try to expose them, we will defend them like nothing on earth. It is really sad. Yes, it is sad. If I tell you the things that I know about my pastors, you will be shocked. The sleeping around and the girls that have been doing abortions for them. One day during midweek service, the pastor even boldly said that one man is even allowed to choose a wife from amongst 50 ladies that he would have had adulterous relationships with. He must try them all and get his wife from amongst them. He also said it is not a sin to divorce because one man was given 50 women to choose from. Where was this ever written in the Bible? They have even decided not to publish their controversial teachings and the things happening in the church on social media and on YouTube. They only show you the part where everything seems to be good, and one thing is that they always speak down on another ministries, portraying themselves as the best in South Africa, and that is how many of us fell prey to these vultures. Please, Brother Nashi, keep me as anonymous. I'll be back with a detailed explanation of what is really happening there and my close relationship with these end time pastors of the Marine Kingdom.